Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Once Human Novice series. In this video, we are going to talk about everything to do with gardening. I've had this requested a few times, and some people are having a little bit of issues with it. So I'm going to show you the from super simple to a little more advanced. The first thing we're going to do is press O to go into our memetics, and I believe it is under logistics. We got basic planting, the compost bins to make basic fertilizer, the planter boxes, which is what I prefer. They just look better. Pretty much work the same as loamy soil, but the boxes I just prefer better. And then different kinds of fertilizers and grow lights. We're going to go ahead and go all the way to the bottom and learn all of those. And for like the loamy soil, we're going to go into production processing, scroll down to agriculture, and the loamy soil you can just put anywhere really. And then when you come out, you can put seeds if you have seeds in there, and as you hover over each one, it'll show the green line of what each seed prefers. And we're going to, yeah, it's a little buggy. There we go. How much water they prefer, how much lighting, between 50 and 100. Blueberry seeds don't really care as long as they get some light and some water. They're not very picky, but there are some that are extremely picky. Like this is 50 to 90, 70 to 100. And then as you get on into some of the rarer seeds, they can be extremely picky. Have a narrow window of lighting. Um, and there's like saffron, I know, is very picky on its water and lighting. Too much is no good, and too little, it has to have like the perfect irrigation. So know that um, when you're choosing what seeds to do, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. And so what we're also going to do is we're going to go ahead and plant some of the boxes, the planter boxes. We're going to put some down here, and we're gonna like skip a space here, and you'll see why in just a minute. There we are, and there we go. Now, like I said, there's not a lot of difference between these. It's just aesthetic looks, basically. Um, like if you want it to look like an actual garden, you just put a bunch of loamy soil around, and as when your plants come up, they'll look like flowers and plants in a real garden. But I just prefer the boxes because it's more of like a greenhouse look. Okay, so we got the boxes. We can click F. And it's asking for seeds. For now, we're going to go over here next door to my other account's home, and we're going to steal some of the seeds from over here. Let's come upstairs, and we're going to grab some seeds. Yeah, let's do beet seeds. Some people are more um, adept at doing beet seeds. There's a lot of them you can just gather out in the world, but oh, and let's grab some fertilizer too while we're here. We'll go ahead and grab some of that. No, I'm sorry. Let me get a little more organized here. It should be in the same box. There we go. We'll go ahead and just take this. As we come down here. Okay. All right. Now, you can do these by hand by choosing a seed and then choosing a fertilizer. You see, there's going to be all kinds of fertilizers we can make, but for base, if you just want basic vegetables like beets, you don't really care if they're mutated or whatever. You're just going to turn them into sugar anyway. So you choose the seed, choose the fertilizer, press F, and then you can choose to add water to it if you want to. And you see it in as you add, it increases the irrigation for it, which is pretty nice. You can do it that way, and you can, as you see, you don't really don't want to use these, but you can use boiled, purified. If you're just starting off week one, you're probably not going to have the irrigation system because I don't think you can unlock it week one. You'll be doing most likely boiled water to irrigate, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to leave that one there, and what we're going to do is go in to our memetics, back into logistics, and we're going down here. We've already purchased them, but irrigation facility is what we're looking for, and then you'll want the large water filter for setting everything up. But irrigation facility, we've got it unlocked. We're going to place one down to agriculture again. Irrigation facility. Okay, we need a bit of things. What we're going to do is we're going to come over here and steal from our alt again. Just to be a little cheeky with it, we'll come right here, build one, and then destroy it so it goes into our inventory. All the materials for it, and then we'll come back over here and place it here. And as you can see when I'm turning around, there is a circle around it. That shows the area of the amount of plants it can water. So you want to put it in the center of wherever you're doing. And when you hover over it, it does the same thing. So if you go into your flat mode and hover over it, it'll show you that pink circle there. It's where it'll water. All the plants within that area, it'll water. And when you come up on it, you can see it has target irrigation. Target irrigation is currently set at 10. And we were looking that our beet seeds require irrigation between 50 and 90. So what you do is, it's what you have to do is set this between there. I do 70, 80 because it's there. So now once you hook this up to water, it will reach the target irrigation for these seeds, so they will grow properly. But then now they don't have the lighting they need either, between 70 and 100. And what you can do for that is, you've already unlocked it in here with the plants, is grow lights. So what we do for those is we go back in here, and here's our grow light. Okay, we're gonna have to we'll be doing this a lot apparently. It looks like we come on over here and just snapping some resources. To get the things we need, no problem. Okay, now we'll put this above this plant, and I think each one can cover 2 plants, or maybe it's 4. So we'll set it like there, and we do have an extra solar generator. We'll go ahead and plop down here, and we will connect our electrical wires. Okay, these will do 4 at a time, or maybe 6 at a time. Yeah, 6 at a time, side by side. each light, and they don't take very much. You see, it shows target lighting. So we're going to need to increase that. And so what did our there we go. Target lighting is already met. It's ready. It just needs water, and it'll start growing. See, right now the vitality is 0 because we don't have any water in it. Let's go ahead and put some water in it. Well, no, we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. What we can do is go back into logistics. We've already unlocked this irrigation thing, so we have water pumps. So we are going to add a water pump. And here's where things can get a little tricky. Actually, we're going to grab a few things real quick here. We are going to grab the stuff to build a water pump. A water filter. And a water tank. There we go. So now, if you want this to set this up automatically, I will show how to do it in a more simple way, but eventually this is what you're going to want for a setup. You have your water pump, and you hold Alt and use your mouse wheel to raise it up as high as you can. That's pretty important because everything in this game works like gravity. It works like it should. So, storage facility now. Yeah, we can place here, and then our compact water filter, we may want it a little bit higher. We'll see how the hoses clip here. So we'll go to our water pump and we'll press V to connect a water pipe to this compact water filter. You see how it shows it's flowing downhill? That's good. Now let's see if we connect this to this. Okay, they're both flowing to the same thing. So that means this needs to be a little bit higher because this is flowing downhill also. Okay, and what happens if we connect this to this? Okay, that's flowing down like it should be, but this needs to be a little bit higher. So there's multiple ways you can do that. One of them is changing the foundation for it by holding Alt, raising it just a little bit higher for that one, setting it here, and now look, it's a beautiful flow from the pump to the filter to there to the irrigation. Now it will take a little bit and we'll connect our power line to the solar panel. So now the pump is pumping, and what will happen now is this will pump water out of the ground, send it here. It will purify it and put it here to store because it will eventually create more water than this will put out. So this will slowly begin to fill up, which is completely fine. This means you'll always have a surplus. And then it will start sending water to this to water all of your plants. And that's a really basic system for getting this is everything you need for your planting. You can do it all by hand, if you wish. Now, getting into a little more advanced, we'll let this go for a bit, and when we come back, it should be spraying. Getting to a little more advanced here, and of course you can hide your wires and all that and inside the walls to make it look better. But let's say I want to do 2 different kinds of seeds that have vastly different requirements for food and water. Now, normally, what you would do is go get a deviant, the mushroom deviant, and you can just put seeds on him and put the fertilizer you want on him, and he will come out here and take care of all of your planting and all of your picking when they're done. And then you just check his inventory to pick up the goods. And you just you do that over and over, and you have tons of the plants you want. But if you're running two different seeds that have completely different food and water requirements, you're going to have to do that by hand. So what I suggest is finding the seeds you want uh, to do together, and either do one seed at a time in all of your planters, or finding two seeds that are within the same requirements for all of your lighting and your irrigation, because it is so much more convenient just to have your mushroom guy do the work for you, because he will come out here, he'll tend to them and plant them, he'll make sure that they're picked on time, and it's really nice to have. um, Now let's look at some of the fertilizers, because there's some seeds like morels that the only way to get them is uh, to loot them from chests and crates around some of the farms. There's no other way to get them in the wild. You can't pick them. It's literally from picking up and looting chests and getting lucky. So they're the rarest seeds that we have. So what you want to do when you get a few of those is, now that we've got all the fertilizers unlocked, we can scroll down, and we're going to want this fertilizer here. You can go pick pretty much any flower. You don't want to use your deviated ones. See these scarlet calamus. They're around almost every water. You can go to Myers Market and get tons of these from the water that's around Myers Market, and create this breeding boost. And what it does, it can either double or triple the amount of seeds that you put into it to begin with. It's a really nice way to really enhance the amount of seeds you have. Because another one that's kind of difficult to get is um, yeah, the one that we were just showing, aloe. Aloe seeds are really difficult to get. Because there's only one place you can farm them, and you'll spend a couple of hours there to get 20 maybe. So you can always breed boost them. You plant those 20, and you may get 60 back. So that's wonderful. Then you can put some back, and then just use those to try to get your deviated ones. Now, once you do get the seeds you want, that's when you're probably going to want, like for beets, you'll want to do yield boost, which can increase the amount of beets that you get per seed. And then for things like the aloe, you're going to want to do mutation boost, because that increases the chance that it becomes deviated. And that is for crafting all of your high-end foods and drinks. The in-game foods and drinks for dungeons and bosses and prime wars and stuff like that. Like you have your, I don't have them unlocked here, but your crumbly bread, your different drinks, and they all require deviated versions of your seeds. Now, let's see how this is going here. Do we have any in here? Yeah, okay, we got 9. Oh, my bad. I completely forgot to power this up as well. That should have enough to power everything. There we go. Okay. We discussed gravity, how it works to do everything. The lighting is good. Yeah, lighting is at 100. It says natural light. It's because the sun's out really bright right now. But with these grow lights, you could even build this underground. Like if you wanted an entire basement, you could have your entire farm underground and your house built above it, and these lights will do all the work. It's really cool. Now let's look at I talk about the mushroom deviant and stuff, and he will do all of the farming for you. And then there is a bee deviant that will increase the chances of these your crops being mutated. And then there is a Rain Man deviant, which in week 1 will probably be your best bet for watering because you can't unlock this during week 1. You have to wait till week 2. And Rain Man will just go from plant to plant and water them to save you a little time with having to boil so much water to plant each one and stuff. And I'll show you now where you can get the best place to get each of those deviants. So for the mushrooms, that is going to be down here at the Central Sunbury Teleportation Tower. These holes that you see are actually holes all around here. And it's an underground cave system. So if you come to this teleporter and hop up here and you fly down in there with V, there is a cave system that goes through this entire ridge that has tons of mushrooms. And each mushroom that you loot can give you the mushroom deviant. The mine over here was just hanging out here just a minute ago. Let's see if he's still... Yes, this is what the basic one looks like right here. Because he doesn't have any plants to tend to right now over here, so he's just kind of chilling out. This will be what he looks like, and he'll come take care of your gardens for you. See, I don't have any plants planted right now over here. And you can see the sprinkler going. The lights are on. So he's the one that you just go into his inventory. I don't know if I can do it on this character. I don't think so. I don't think I can access the deviants here. Yes. So if you want him to grow something, you click here, and you can tell him what seeds to work on. Let's give him a wheat seed. And then we've got breeding boost fertilizer. Let's go ahead and put one of those in there. And then in a minute, it'll say crop planted because he'll run over there in real time and start planting them. And then here is what we got after our last planting. We got 3 deviated, 74 regular aloe, and 33 aloe seeds from the last time we planted. And he's really nice because this is all you have to do. Just seeds, fertilizer, just leave it alone and he will do all of the rest. Once you have your water and lighting set up, he does all the work for you. And up here are the little bees. And you don't have to do anything with them. You just put them in a securement and they will just go to work. Once he plants the seed, there we are. He's just planted it. The bees will come out in a bit and start spraying their pollen on it and whatever they're spraying, and it'll give it a chance to mutate. Now, if you don't want them mutated, you can just take your bees out of the securements and they won't. And speaking of bees, the best place to find the bees are... I will actually take you and show you. Let's go to Deadsville. Deadsville has a place really close to it. That's a great place for finding them. And so you'll know where exactly to look for the bees, because they are all over the map, but only at the little tiny farms where the basically the NPCs have crops. And I'll show you the areas where they do. The most common one is found. You can also get them at any of the securements in the cities randomly. As soon as we load, I'll show you one of those here in Deadsville. Each city has one, and once per day, you can get a random deviant, and you can get the bees, the mushrooms, all of that in these as well. My goodness, it's taking a while to load today. Yeah, as soon as I show you this, then I'll show you where you can get week 1 Rainmans for your watering needs. There are a couple places, but there's one more popular place that you need to kill the umbrella NPCs, like the ladies with the umbrella heads, for a chance to get the Rain Man. And there's one easily accessible one at the beginning. Okay, up here. Right over here. This little area right here, where these pumpkins are, can spawn a bee. The bee can be there, or on this little area right here, you can find a bee. And they'll just be out in the world, like sometimes you see just random deviants floating around. And if you don't see one, you can go back to Deadsville, and I guess I just completed the thing for killing that. That guy. But yeah, the bee will spawn. He'll just be like just right here in this area, and you'll see it in the wild. You can just come up and capture it and have yourself a bee. And if you don't see one, you can go to Deadsville, use the teleporter to transport to a different world, and come back and check again to find one. But this is the easiest place in the beginning to get one. Now let's go look. Actually, let's go this way. Myers Market. Down here is the easiest place to get a Rain Man in week 1. Like I said, week 2, once you get the irrigation, you're definitely going to want to move to that, because the Rain Man can only water one crop at a time. He can't do multiple. So it does help, but he's not the best at what he does. So that's just basically a week 1 little additional helper. Okay, enough of that. Let's get on down here. Let's see, it'd be nice if we get one on this first try here. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you have to switch worlds and kill this umbrella person a couple of times to get one. Just gonna get off here and head over here to the dock. That's where we're going anyway. Okay. And it should be right over here. There she is. Shoot once to get her to come out. Go ahead and get rid of those guys. And her loot should have a Rain Man in it. It's random, of course, but this is how you get early game Rain Man. Did not get one this time. But as I said, you can do the same thing here. You can go to a nearby teleporter, one of the cities, and change worlds, come back, kill her, and loot again, and that's how you get the Rain Man deal. Let's go ahead and go back home now. I don't know why loading is taking so long. This recent update here. And there you go. Look, our irrigation system's working now. Just needed to get, yeah, had just enough water come through that it goes into here. And then immediately when it comes into here, it gets used. And that is, it's still low right now, but it probably just started. But as it continues to water, it will come up to this area and reach our goal. Yeah, irrigation 80. And see, now it's stopped because it's waiting on another water. But over time, it will have enough. It will work its way up to having so much that this tank will fill up, and you won't ever have to worry about it again. It'll be an automatic process. So I hope that helped y'all learn a little bit more about gardening and the fact that you can do it completely underground if you want, if you got the lighting and stuff. And these don't take very much power at all. These are 2 watts a piece, and I believe these are 1. So it's not, yeah, 1 watt each for the lights, and then 2 for the water. Your pumps and stuff, of course, cost more. They're like 10. No power supply. Did I overwrite that? Maybe I did, because this is a basic one. Ah, okay. Yeah. So you'll need a bigger one, or 2 of these is what you need. You need 2 solar panels to run the setup I have, if they're the small ones. Because the water pump is 10, the water purifier is 6. That's already more than what you have. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and just do this real quick, just so it looks better. No, we were in the right place. It's here. Yes. Oh, I don't even know if I can put one here. Because, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Because my character over here has max already. But yeah, that's how the system works. Like you'll need 2 of these to for this basic system to power it all, because it's 10, 16, 17, 18, 19 total watts when this is only a 15 watt solar panel. But you saw it work, and how everything needs to flow downhill. This is the pretty much simplest thing. I hope this guide helps, and if y'all, I see y'all in the game, just say hi.